Hello travelers, this is a traveling tailor and I'm currently walking down 5th Avenue in Playa del Carmen, Mexico on my way to the ferry port as we are headed to Cozumel for the weekend. So I am taking you with me, so here we go. Okay, so in buying your ticket, just know that there are actually two different ferry companies. So there is Ultramar, right there is the yellow one, and then there is also Windjet over there, which is the other one. So you definitely always want to check the ferry schedule and see which one is operating on which days. That will let you know if you should buy a round trip ticket or just a one-way ticket. Because depending when you're coming back, you might be on the other company. So just a little pro travel tip there. And we are headed to get on the ferry boat. So we just finished lunch and now we are about to rent a car. So in Cozumel, the beaches are kind of like all around the island and the beach clubs, and so you kind of either need to rent a car or a scooter or take a taxi to get to the beach clubs. In our case, we are going to be here for a couple days, so we are renting a car. So you can see we are currently checking out getting a car. Yeah, so we are looking forward to that and being on the beach very, very soon. We made it. We are at a beach club halfway down Cozumel a little bit called Palancar. It is one where you don't have to pay to enter. So it's just an open public beach. But then you can see there is restaurants and tables, things. There is lots of people in the water hanging out. I also really love this place because they have raccoons and like other furry animals that hang out here, so you can kind of see a little bit of wildlife that's not aquatic. But yeah, so this is our first beach club of Cozumel. This is Palancar, and it's a good one. This is actually our second time here, so it's definitely one that we prefer, and I highly recommend. Okay, so it's day 2 here in Cozumel, and unfortunately it is a little like windy and cloudy and rainy today. So we are, instead of snorkeling, we are kind of driving around the island a bit, checking out different things. Currently at Punta Sur. And also, unfortunately, some of the parks and beach clubs are closed on Sundays, which is what it is. So yeah, it's been an interesting day. We have gone to see some Mayan ruins, which are here on the Cozumel Island. And we are now this is the most southern point of Cozumel, and there is like a reggae beach bar, which you can see behind me over there. And there's an overlook right here onto the ocean. But yeah, so there is an eco beach park here, which sounds really cool to visit. I'll put a link down to the description below in case you're interested in coming to Cozumel. Again, it's closed on Sundays, but it looks like it's open in the rest of the week. So we are continuing our adventure here in Cozumel. Just looks a little different, but I mean, when you travel, this happens. It's just part of it. You have to change your plans, look for new things to do, and I still think it'll be a really fun day. So anyways, stay tuned for more Cozumel adventures. Okay, so we are on the east side of Cozumel. On the island, we are at Punta Moreno. You can see there is nice beachy areas. There's lots of tables and chairs. Has a nice restaurant. It has a very like vibrant Mexican feel to it. It is unfortunately still a little rainy, so we're not really getting in the water hanging out, but we are still enjoying our time here in Cozumel. So most of the beach clubs that you're gonna find here are all on the west coast. The east coast tends to be a little more windy, and the better snorkeling is on the west coast of the island, just because it's a little bit more protected. But the east side is definitely still worth visiting, and there's a lot more space. It's actually probably the most space that we've had since we have been at any of the beach clubs. So very nice, great picturesque moment. So we're still enjoying our time in Cozumel, even though the weather today didn't quite work out for us. So Cozumel is an island off the eastern coast of the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. It's in the state of Quintana Roo, and it's a short ferry ride from either Cancun or Playa, although it is closer to Playa del Carmen. It's a fairly small island. It's only about 29 miles long and about 12 miles wide, so you can do a day trip here. Although the beach clubs are spread out around the island, so you do either need to have a car or get in a taxi to get from place to place. The name Cozumel is Mayan for the island of swallows. That is the name. It was once a very sacred place where people would do pilgrimages, and there were lots of temples on the island. Most of those have been torn down at this point. There is one temple still left kind of north, and there are some ruins down in the southern part of the island. But for the most part these days, it does have mainly modern amenities, a lot of beach clubs. There are a lot of activities that happen on the island. So you see behind me, there's beautiful, beautiful blue water, even on like a kind of rainy day. There's white sandy beaches, so great for beaching, but it also has a really, really great diving and snorkeling. That's really one of the things the island is really known for. So whether you would do a day trip, you can do tours from Playa or Cancun, or you can also just come to the island and stay and get a lot of like good aquatic activities in. Yeah, and there's also like some outdoor nature. There's a little bit of hiking there. You can rent kayaks, you can rent paddle boards, you can do all sorts of things. Of course, there's always laying in a hammock or in a beach chair and beach bumming as well. So overall, Cozumel it's a really, really wonderful destination. So if you are in this part of the world, it's a great place to check out. Thanks so much for hanging out with me in Cozumel. I hope you enjoyed it. I am at Traveling Taylor Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next week.
I know, like whatever you have to try. I mean, the American